everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lisa from Potsiefighter, and I'm back today with another card video for you today. So today I decided to do a layer or to use a layering stamp set, which I'm really excited about because it is super quick and easy. So I trimmed down a white piece of paper. It isn't even cardstock, I just used paper, and I'm using this layering stamp set from, I don't know. And then that happened. So I was pretty upset because, yeah, whatever. I just decided to kind of go with it. I'm sorry for my head. I really tried everything to save it, and I somewhat managed to. And yeah, I'm just trying to save it, and I did 2 of each colors, and I'm using Versacolor inks or Versacolor inks, however you want to call them, and I'm using Canary, turquoise, and I think it's called seashell or something like that. And I even used my little brush here to kind of cover it up. And right now it looks horrible, but once you put on the second layer, and I just used 2 layers, it looks fine. So this is now turquoise, and it just, I don't know, it just, was it stamp or I don't know, maybe it was me. No, but if it just repeatedly fails. And then I did just the ink smooshing on the ink pad on the actual surface smooshing, and then I did 1 more in turquoise. And now maybe I can see now what the colors, yeah, just that looks a bit, yeah, but yeah. In the end it you can't really see it. And now what is the, I think it's called seashell or something like that. It's a very, very pretty color that you can't see at the moment at all. And I am just having the hardest time with those freaking with that stamp. It was just very, or maybe I just did one of that. I think, yes, I just did 1. I'm sorry. So there are actually 3 stamps and or 3 layers per stamp. Yes, I did a small one. I'm sorry, so I did 2, and that one worked way better. So it just was the big one that didn't work. So anyhow, and I just used those colors mainly because I haven't swatched them and they were still lying on my desk. So there was just laziness. So I did use the first one, and now I'm not using the second one. I'm just using the third layer, and I'm using the Nuvo hybrid ink in Metro Gray because I wanted to have a more subtle look, and I absolutely love how it looks. And again, I'm just using the first and the third layer for the small one as well, and I really like that. And I didn't go for perfect, and as you can see, especially in the yellow ones, they are not perfectly stamped, and I did want to go for that look because I have kind of like a not perfect stamped image. So yeah, I did want to do that. And this is the Thank You die by Diversions, and I am going to use gold glitter cardstock that I'm not hoarding for once. I'm horrible with hoarding my glitter cardstock. I hardly use it, but I try to use it more because, well, it doesn't help me if I just hoard it. So yeah, I did use painter's tape to hold it in place and go through it, I think 2 times. And it did cut out perfectly. So I had to trim off the, like the ends, because it's one of those, how do you call, I don't know the name, I'm sorry. But where you have like the bottom strip. So I did take my scissors and did trim that off as well. And now I was like, how do you want to put that? I don't know. So I wasn't quite sure, but I did adhere that paper with the butterflies on my card. So I did score it again because it wasn't scored properly, and I adhered that on there. And I wanted to use that stamp that says distance means so little when you mean so much, I believe that's what it says. But I did end up use that on the inside of my card because it just was too big for the front, and it doesn't make sense if you say thank you and then that sentiment. It just doesn't make sense. So I did adhere that thank you with just my tacky glue and put my acrylic block, kind of smoosh it on there so it stays in place. And this is the Heidi Swap mini stamp in Always, and I'm using that canary ink and just put on love there and quickly clean off my stamp. And I'm going to maybe I do that later. And on the inside of my card I use the turquoise ink, yes, with that sentiment that says that distance means so little if you mean so much. Yes, that's what it. It's when someone means so much. Okay, so, and now I'm using the little XO heart, or does it say XOXO? You can hardly see it on camera. It really, but it looks very subtle and very cute in real life. So I stamped that on there with the seashell ink, and I wanted to use that self-inking stamp, but it was out of ink, so I didn't. And I really have to refill that. I just stamped that about 1,000,000 times now, but I gave up. So I'm sticking to my Technique Tuesday Made with Love stamp set and my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And just stamp that on the back of my card. And I am done with my super quick card. And as you can see, I fixed my mistakes. You can hardly see it because of the second layer I added. And I really like how it turns out. I hope you did too. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!